Okay, you can introduce yourself, please.
What do you want exactly from me?
Your name. Your name, the date of today.
Okay. My name is Emely Marcelino. Sorry. Okay. I'm from Concord, California. I've been a Zumba instructor since 2011. I am an instructor at our studio. I'm an instructor and co-owner at our studio.
Perfect. So how long have you been working in this field?
I have been working as a Zumba instructor since 2011.
Okay, perfect. And what brought you to this field in the first place?
When I graduated from high school, I got very heavy. I had actually joined a free Zumba class in Walnut Creek. My mom invited me, and so my sister Tina and I went, and we loved it, and we did Zumba for I think 6 months or so, and then Tina got licensed, and then about 6 months later, May to October, she got licensed in May of that year, and then I got licensed in October. So I started teaching at a gym in Antioch called Extreme Fitness, and eventually Tina was teaching drop-in everywhere in Concord. She actually started at Bally's. So eventually she brought me over, and we've had a studio since I think 2012. I could be wrong. I'm not very good with dates. That's how it started.
Yeah. So what else did you do before getting into Zumba business?
Before Zumba, I was in high school. So my junior year of high school, I started cheerleading. Other than that, I really did not like to exercise. I didn't really do anything. I did walk a lot before I got my car. So once I was 17, then really I was pretty sedentary.
All right. And how do you find Zumba? Do you find it rewarding, like financially, emotionally, socially? How do you find Zumba?
Zumba is rewarding in just about all aspects. It's very good physically. You burn a lot of calories in an hour. It's fun, so it makes you happy. It's
There are other sports can burn.
Yeah, there are other things that can burn, but I feel like Zumba is the highest amount of calorie burn in an hour, because you can go on the elliptical, you can go on the treadmill, but A, it's boring, B, you burn way more calories doing Zumba for an hour. It incorporates dance, which is very good for the brain. It's very good for coordination. It's just fun. It's really fun.
Okay, that's great. So, so is this the real reason you are joining Zumba and deciding to work in the Zumba field? It is fun, or?
It's the reason why I do Zumba, like why I have stayed, is because it's very fun. It makes other people happy. What I'm doing is I assist people in their fitness journey, and I lead them to a healthier lifestyle, and they're happy. They're happy during that 1 hour. It's very hard to do a Zumba class and not smile once. Like, even if a song is really hard and it may not be your favorite song, like, you smile afterwards. So yeah.
So many people, when you ask them why do you do this, they would say that I earn a lot of money. I make money. See? So why don't you think about making money? Why is it kind of satisfying for you just to see people happy?
I think it's because at the first location I did make I made very good money. And you know, so the happiness aspect just came naturally. And so okay, let me backtrack. So when I taught at the gym, I made $20 before taxes. So I didn't make money.
Okay.
I just did it for my health, for my health. And I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed seeing my students smile and everything. I got regulars and everything. So
This is after being certified?
yeah, so this is shortly after I got licensed, when I finally started teaching. So I didn't make money. And then once I started doing more drop-in classes, then I started to make money. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, you can make money and, you know, like work on your own personal fitness, but you also help other people.
You said drop-in classes?
Drop-in, yeah.
Drop-in classes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what we do now.
Oh, okay.
So
What is drop-in classes? Like, can you give me
So
an
there's
definition for it?
there's no contract. You can take one class and that's it. You know, so we charge $5 and you can come in as many times as you want for $5. There's no commitment.
And you get like the $5 from each one. Is that how you make money? Like if you have 5 people in your class, you will get 25 dollars. Would that be it?
Yeah, here it's a little different. Like our situation is different because we do have a studio. So you know, we have the monthly pass for $50 and we have the drop-ins for $5. So you know, for the 50 you can come in as many times as you want. So it ends up being cheaper for the person. But the $5, you know, those are the people who can't come 2-3 times a week. They come once, twice, you know. Then it's worth it.
I mean, as an instructor, how
does that work? It really depends on the space. There were some places, like I taught at a retirement home for the employees. I made all the cash. So that was all for me. Some places you have to pay rent, and some places are 50-50. So it really just depends on the space.
So it's by agreement, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So the money aspect, I think.
You can answer the same way I answered.
No, leave. So as far as
These are different questions.
so as far
Different set of questions.
Because I was going to say, Sophie, for the first 3 years, it was very financially rewarding.
Yes.
This year that I'm like, ah.
yeah, it's this year and last year.
It is not that question, I assure you. No, it's not.
Just so you know.
Yeah. So I didn't talk about money very much because right now it's not the way I want it to be. So I focus on everything else that is good. So like, you know, so I think what frustrated me was I would teach at a gym. I didn't really make money. And then I started making money with the drop-in classes, and then we opened our own studio. Then I made a lot of money.
Okay.
And then when we moved, we had issues with the neighbor and stuff. So our attendance, our finances went down, and it was very frustrating. So if I kept focusing on the fact that I was frustrated that I wasn't making money, I was not going to have good classes because I would, you know, it's like, why you go in to work every day and you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I'm making just enough to get by. Like, why am I doing this? So it's, you can't just focus on the finances.
So how do you see yourself in 5 years from now? You're doing this right now. What are you trying to build up for yourself?
I plan on getting my personal training license. So
you don't have a personal training license?
no, with Zumba you can just have a Zumba license.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's you can get a group fitness license and stuff to have more qualifications, but that's up to the instructor and the place where they work. So here you just need a Zumba license. Now for you to teach other formats, we would need other licensing. So like Pilates, you would need a license for that, and for someone to train someone with weights, you need a personal training license. So I do want to branch out within the next 5 years, and I want to we want to branch out as far as having more studios. So we don't want to just be in one place. We want to be in more places.
Right.
So that way we can offer Zumba for less, because there are some places that charge $10, $15 drop-in classes, and that's very expensive. And we actually used to pay, where we used to go, it was $10 drop-in, and so you can maybe go once a week. It's just so expensive. And then the gyms, they offer some Zumba classes, but they don't offer quite enough. So this is why we have this place. You have more Zumba classes. It makes fitness available for everyone. It's not just for people who can afford a $10 drop-in class. It's for everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
Because $5 is almost a cup of coffee.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's right. And how do you plan to get your fitness license? Is there a certain school you need to attend?
I'm going to be doing it online through NASM, NASM. You pay a fee, and they give you the materials to study, and then you take the test.
Perfect.
And I have gone to a personal trainer myself, and I am doing the power pump, the weight class that we have here, Wednesdays and Fridays. So I'm building up my strength and stuff, and I'm learning from this class, and I learned from the personal trainer. So
that's very good. So do you plan to have your own business one day? Or?
well, Tina and I have the business together.
I know. Yeah, that you are
For us to break up.
Well, it's not a breakup. It's
No.
a kind of growing up.
Yeah. If I plan on having my own, I don't know. As long as we're willing to work with each other, like I don't see why we wouldn't work with each other, because we make a good team.
Right. Okay. That's good enough. So, what kind of relationship do you have with your class students?
The relationships vary. Like I have some students that I become very close with, where we go out for lunch and, we hang out outside of the studio. Some clients I see every day, and, we chat, and it really depends on how often the client comes, because the more often you come, the easier it is to build a relationship with. So, I do try to learn everybody's name. It's very difficult, especially people that do drop in.
I agree with you.
Because then I don't see their names.
Right.
So I really do try to talk to everyone. I really do. It's very hard because I have a lot of clients, but I do try to say hi, and ask how everyone's doing, and every once in a while we'll chat. But so the relationships vary from a wide range, from just on a hello basis to going to lunch, going out, doing things, and I try to invite everybody when we go to a festival or something. We try to spread the word and stuff. So it varies.
Yeah. So, did you ever dislike any person in your class, and how did you handle this if it happened? That happened, in my
it
classes.
It does happen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, and I know.
I just have to think back. I really try not to focus on negative things, like I kind of wipe it out from my memory. So like you asked me, and in maybe 3 days I'll remember like more people, but like right now I honestly can't remember anyone.
It's okay. We can ask it later on. It doesn't matter.
Really, like if there's yes, there are people that do kind of bug me. It's just we're human. I really I do try to talk to them, just because maybe it's something that happened in their lifetime to make them a little bitter or sarcastic. So, but generally you just kind of ignore them.
What kind of behavior that bugs you?
If people complain too much, it bothers me.
To you or to somebody else?
Just, yeah, and to anyone. Like, if someone just has a habit of complaining, like, it spreads. It's like, oh, I don't like that song. Oh, I don't like this instructor. It spreads, and then people are like, yeah, you're right, I don't like this.
Gossip.
It creates, it creates a lot of gossip, so I kind of ignore them. Or, if they come up to me and complain, it's like, okay, like, this is what I can do about it, or, there's just nothing I can do about it. Like, I don't know.
So it depends on each situation.
It depends on each situation. I do try to be nice to everyone. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's hard, but, like, you don't know what's going on behind doors. You don't know what's going on in their life, so I really do try to be nice. Period. Like, I try my hardest.
Yeah. Okay, how about someone that you like to be in your class? Like, if this person is absent from your class, you would feel that it's not the class that I wanted. This person is really athletic. I want him or her in my class.
I do have people that I absolutely love having in class, that bring energy, that are smiling, or they're like, yeah, let's go. That's it. It uplifts the class. So, really, I like the people that are positive, and I don't like the people that are negative, that are complaining to me. Yeah. So, their presence is always missed. Even the people that I don't like very much, I'm like, where have they been? I do look for them, because, I do care. I do want to see them doing good for themselves. Yeah. So yeah, no, if it's someone's presence that I really do miss, I always tell them, where have you been? How are you? If I have their phone number and stuff, I'll send them a text every once in a while. Like, especially if they're regular and they're coming every day, then I do end up checking on them, because,
yeah, it's
you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, it's nice to know why. Yeah. So, okay. What kind of sport do you like? Do you like any specific sport? Do you have any sport that you like?
No.
No. How about colors? Do you love certain colors?
It's really hard for me to pick favorite things, because I like so many things. So I like all colors.
Yeah.
Even the colors that are more muted, that there's like that green that looks like throw up. I even like that green. Yeah. It has its place. I like all colors. Yeah, there are no colors I don't like. Like, it's very hard for me to pick. I am more drawn to some colors. I'm more drawn to like purples and pinks and oranges, but I don't have a favorite. I really don't.
Good, that's good. How about TV shows? Is there any specific TV show that you like more than any, or any specific movie?
I have like top favorites for movies. Like, I really love, like, one of my favorite movies are Gone with the Wind. Mm-hmm. I love Across the Universe. Like, I have some movies where I can watch them anytime, any day. It doesn't matter. Okay. So like Gone with the Wind, Across the Universe.
You have a DVD, you can run it over and over, or you watch it through.
Like if it's on Netflix and I find it, then I'll watch it.
Okay.
there, as far as shows, I generally like comedies. Like I like Modern Family. I love watching Dancing with the Stars when it's on. Like it really varies. Like I like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Did Zumba ever cause you any problems
As far as physically,
for your personal life? Did it cause any personal problems for you one day, for any reason? And how did you handle that if it happened? Did you get involved in some kind of problems? In other words, because of Zumba?
Well, we did have problems with my last neighbor at the last location, because she didn't like the music. So,
Okay, this story will
Yeah.
we will handle actually separately.
Separately?
Yeah, because
Well-
I need all of it, but I'm joking. Yeah, I need all of it. I agreed with
yes.
Tanya about it.
So with as far as problems, like we bring a lot of traffic, so then people don't like that people are parking in
Like
spots.
the post office.
Yeah, like we
Okay.
have those kind of problems, or they don't like the music, so they don't like
Yeah.
the bass or something.
Tell me more.
I can't think of any other
Like
problems.
how did they approach you? Tell you about
Oh,
this? How?
well, we've had some, like most recently, we've had people from the post office come in here and tell us that we're not allowed to park there, and they're not employees of the post office. They're just they go to the post office regularly, and we explain like, no, we're actually allowed the spots that are in the back that are blank, and we keep those blank, so you guys can use them during the day. And they throw a hissy fit, and they're really upset, and they want their parking spots, even though there's street parking literally in front of the door of the post office. So,
But this did not come from the employees in the post office itself. It did not.
No.
So that's very odd.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
very odd.
Yeah.
Some people feel entitled.
Yeah, I know. You tell me.
So
Yeah,
so
I
they feel
know.
entitled. Like we had one lady come in here and tell us, it's a shame that we're here because the post office is gonna have problems with parking when the holiday season comes, and it's like, well, I told her, I was like, I guess we're just gonna have to learn how to share. Like, what
Very
other
good answer.
what else do you want to hear?
this is very
Like,
good
I pay
answer.
rent here. Like, I have my rights to my spots. Like,
Of
why?
course.
Why is it a shame? Maybe it's a shame that the post office is here because then I don't get all the parking spots there.
Yeah. It's very funny to express a question even like this, the way she's ashamed.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a
Yeah.
shame. It's like, oh, it's a shame that I am bringing traffic through here. It's a shame that I'm doing something positive for the community. Is that what you're saying? Because you can't walk like a block. Oh, that bothers me a lot.
But that was good that you didn't answer these questions.
Yeah,
Actually, you said, well,
We just have to learn how to share.
yeah, that's very nice.
I mean, that just makes sense because the mall parking lots get full during the holidays. But do you
Right.
think, someone for Forever 21 yells at the people at Macy's like, you take up all the parking? No, like you just
way.
deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. And you handle it very
Yeah.
nicely. Yeah. All right. So let's do this for E. And how do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
You answered this as well?
Yeah, I answered that one.
Yeah. And when you were in high school, what kind of activities you participated in?
I was in student council my freshman and sophomore year. I wasn't involved at all. I think because I went to a public school, so I didn't see the use of it. But then I started going to a small private Christian school in Walnut Creek, and there, if you weren't involved, it was very strange to everyone else. So my junior year, I started cheerleading, so I cheerleaded my junior, senior year. And then my senior year, I was in student council. I was the treasurer.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
Um,
With all the money.
yeah, I handled all the money. I wasn't very good at it. But, you know, it's on my resume. Yeah, I did things outside of high school. Like, I took a lot of classes at DVC, at the
Okay.
community college.
Okay. What kind of classes?
Mainly language classes.
Language classes.
Yeah, like I took French.
What kind of subject do you like most in your high school? You felt like you were enthusiastic about it, and
Art, I was very, very enthusiastic. I always loved art. So, like painting, any medium really, I enjoyed doing. But we had some really good classes at that school. We had one called media criticism. So we learned about like
Very nice.
advertising and why certain like things are marketed in a way, like even
Certain way.
like even diamonds, you know, you think of diamonds as so expensive and so rare, like they're, you know, like, and you know, as we learned how it came to be that you got a diamond ring for your engagement as your engagement ring, and really it was all made up by advertisers. It was made up by De Beers. So it was really interesting to learn all that. So I had some really good teachers at that school that were knowledgeable about not just their subject, about many other subjects. So
And you said you learned French.
I
You speak French?
No. No, I took French at DVC. I took Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, I
Wow.
took Japanese.
So
I took Japanese for years.
You write upside down.
From the left to right, upside down. So down, up, down, left, right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Up down.
It's like the opposite.
Oh.
So I don't remember anything because I never used it. If you don't use a language,
Yeah.
it's so easy for you to lose
How
it.
long have you learned
I
these languages?
Started learning Japanese at 8.
8?
And then I took classes up until my sophomore year, so until I was 16. And then when I changed schools, they didn't offer Japanese, so I lost
Yeah,
it.
because it's a very hard language to learn.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard if you don't use it.
it's hard to learn and it's hard to use.
Yeah.
It's hard for many reasons.
Yeah, if you're not exposed to it, it's much harder. So I mean, I didn't really have any Japanese friends.
You never use it.
Yeah, and really, the reason why I started learning Japanese was because there was a girl came from Japan, started school here, didn't know any English, and so I wanted to learn how to talk to her. So then I started taking Japanese. My mom had a friend who was willing to teach me like every Saturday,
Oh.
and so I started with her. So I was learning words here and there. I was learning to write. And that's why I took Japanese.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a very sophisticated language. It's difficult to learn, and I still have many questions.
Yeah.
So yeah. So have you ever volunteered in any like community or any entity whatsoever? Have you ever volunteered doing anything for anybody, any company, any institution, any school? Even thinking of
I've
to volunteer for
volunteered at church sometimes. I would sing in the little choir because it's a small Brazilian community, Catholic community. So you know they would always need help here and there. So I would volunteer with that. That's about it. I don't really volunteer much. Unless it's, you know, like
There
at the
are plenty
school.
of people don't volunteer at all. Yeah, don't think
Yeah.
even of volunteering. Yeah, so it's very natural. Yeah. Okay. Do you feel that there is a certain message that you are born to deliver to people through your Zumba classes? Do you feel, in other words, do you feel that destiny put you in this place in order to be a medium for a certain message that you want to tell
Well,
people about
it's
it?
going to sound a little strange, but I did regression therapy when I was 16. And so, they do a lot of things where, you're supposed to, like, look into the past, look into past generations and stuff. And, they like navigate you, and you're supposed to see you being conceived, like the egg and the sperm, like, the egg being fertilized. So when I did that, they asked you, well, why are you here? Basically, like, what are you meant to do in the world? And I came up with the fact that I was just supposed to make people happy. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, part of it is part of it. It is my calling, I guess you could say. I've had other jobs and stuff. I worked at the farmers market. That one's rewarding. That one's very rewarding because it deals with food, and it's good food. And it was for a nonprofit. But like when I worked for Macy's, it was kind of miserable because the department I worked in lingerie. So women get really frustrated with themselves. They really have, like, women have a lot of issues with body image. So that was a hard job because it's like, just be happy with yourself, that wasn't for me necessarily, And like when I was leaving high school, I did want to go into the fashion industry, but then it's like, does fashion really make people all that happy? Like, not necessarily. Like, so not just women, it's people in general have a lot of issues with body image, and then I would just be feeding into that,
How long have you spent with Macy's?
I was at Macy's, I think 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, I was there a long time.
That's
But I like the discount. Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah. It's, definitely you learn a lot of things others don't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And definitely it affected even the Zumba classes you are.
Yeah, you learn customer service. You learn a little bit of everything. It was helpful. It's just, the complaining. I don't like people complaining, and then people will complain because, that's not the size they were 6 months ago, and this and that, and it's like your body changes, like.
So they're returning something because their body.
Or
6 months?
I don't like
that.
this, or this is too big on me, and it's like your body changes with time. Like, you need to learn to like, to like the changes. You can't just be frustrated forever.
Yeah.
So, and you do get that with fitness. You do get people who are like, I'm here because I'm frustrated. I don't like the way I look. I don't like this and that,
Yeah.
So you do get those people, but really you need to like yourself, because if you don't like yourself, who's going to like you?
Exactly. That's really nice of you to say. I've read about this specifically. If you don't like yourself, people will not like you. But if you start liking yourself, accepting whatever you are, people start reacting the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like us to continue?
Yeah, we can finish.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like we're almost done.
Yeah. You actually answered a lot of questions, but I don't want you to be hungry.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Have you participated in any local Zumba events?
We do events here. I did the Concord Senior Center event. It was to raise money for scholarships for our twin city in Japan. Concord has a twin city. I don't know what the city's called.
Oh, okay.
Like Clayton. I think Clayton has one with England.
So it's a Concord, but it's in another place.
Yeah, like we have
Right.
a similar population. Like everything's very similar with the city, and we do
Oh.
a lot of things with that city.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't remember the name of the city.
That's okay.
So our twin cities in Japan. So they do scholarships and stuff. So there were actually people here from Japan. So I was part of that event. We did an event. We were part of an event in Richmond. I don't remember what that was raising money for. It was for a good cause. We have Zumba events here for fun, like the glow in the dark party or the dancing through the decades, and then we have some to raise money for causes. Like right now we have our party in pink, October 24th, which is
This month.
yeah, this month, because
Oh,
it's
this
Breast
is
Cancer Awareness
very
Month.
nice.
Yeah,
very
so
nice.
we're doing a fundraiser for breast cancer research, and we've done it 4 years in a row now, and we've done fundraisers for different things. Like there's an organization called the Red Latina, and that's they help women that have been abused,
Oh,
and
okay.
so we did a fundraiser for that. So all kinds of events.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all locally, right?
Yeah,
In
in California, for the most part.
Okay. And so the purpose of each of your events achieved, the purpose you participated in these events was achieved successfully, I mean.
Yeah, just about all our events are successful, I'd say. Yeah.
When you are when you are fundraising money, do you assign the whole income to that event, or you keep like your expenses and then the rest of it you would?
Yeah, you have to pay for expenses, so
Yeah,
we do
that's
keep
right.
expenses. With the Party in Pink, it's through Zumba, so it's 70% of the proceeds go to breast cancer research, and then 30% is to pay for expenses.
Okay, perfect. What else we have here?
Or is it 75%? I don't quite remember the percentage. I know there's like by law there is a percentage that you have to donate if you're going to do a fundraiser.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Yeah, everything has a law,
Yeah.
especially fundraising.
Yeah, well, it's money. If it
How
involves
could-
money.
Yeah, so it has to have. Yeah, so yeah, okay. I'm just trying to figure out what other questions here we didn't ask. Is there a preference in songs when you choose songs for your classes?
There